There we go. Nice. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to Starting Research. For today, I have very special guests on this episode. I have Morgan Siebert, one of the co-owners and curator of the Superman Museum, all the way in Metropolis, Illinois. One second, let's see my ad.
Hey
Welcome to
guys,
welcome to the show, Morgan.
thank you.
Now, just recently, we just had the latest Superman festival, right?
Yeah, that just ended, and the last people that were here just actually went home this afternoon. So it's a 3 day festival, but people show up early and leave late because they love it here so much.
Yeah, because I gotta say, like, I never thought I actually got to see a Superman museum before. Like, I know I haven't made it to this year's festival, but whenever I come by in the past two times, I always take a little trip around the museum, and I'm just impressed with how much collected material, memorabilia there is over there.
Yeah, we have over 70,000 items, and yeah, that spans from 1938 till now, and costume pieces and props, toys, prototypes, comic books, uh, board games, video games. It's everything you could think of all together. Superman, the most extensive collection of Superman memorabilia.
Yeah, it's amazing because that's what I wanted to ask. Like, how did this museum get started?
Well, I always tell people it started with a lunchbox. My great grandmother got my dad a lunchbox while he was sick in the hospital, and then it kind of snowballed from there. And every holiday, he would get something. People always knew he liked Superman, so we'd get a little something. And then by the time he was about 10, he was charging other kids a nickel to go in his room and check out his Superman collection. And he started a paper route and was also going to the library regularly and trimming newspaper clippings and anything he could get his hands on Superman until he he started a company when he was about 20, and he started going to like the studios and talking to people there and conventions, and it just kept growing and growing and growing, and he ended up being known for being the Superman guy, and he was part of the beginnings of San Diego Comic Con. He was the first museum exhibit there, and we moved to Metropolis in 1993 to open the Super Museum here, and we've been here for 33 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the museum has been operating since then, pretty much.
It was before that he did a traveling museum, and that was he would travel with Kirk Allen, and they would go to like events all over the country, colleges, state and county fairs. He did the opening for Superman 3 in the lobby of the Daily News building. He got recognized by Warner Brothers and DC Comics, and Julius Schwartz and Jeanette Kahn invited him to do these events. And then, yeah, he ended up in Metropolis because he wanted a more permanent location. He didn't want to keep on wearing out his museum items and putting them together and breaking them down. And this seemed like a great place to move a family and get out of LA and come live in small town America.
I gotcha. But that's pretty cool. So your dad got to really have a really good sneak preview of some of the some of the movies at the time being made.
Yeah. Hold on just a second. All right. Sorry.
No worries.
He got some sneak peeks, and then that's how he acquired some of the costume pieces and props because whenever you do an appearance, it was in his contract he would get some items.
Yeah, because I always wondered. I remember seeing like I would say I guess one of the costumes that Christopher Reeve wore during his time as Superman.
Yeah, on display. So we recently had that costume restored. I talk to Jim Bowers at Cape Wonder pretty regularly, and I've known him since I was about 10 or 11. And when my dad passed, we decided we were going to do a special project together. And his friend Greg said he could do the restoration because he had some holes in the costume. And so I shipped it off to Greg, and then he did the restoration and repaired the holes and cleaned the boots and the belt and all of our costume pieces, and then shipped it off to Jim Bowers, and he did a beautiful photo shoot, and you can see some of those photos on Cape Wonder Instagram and Facebook. And then he shipped it back to me just in time for the Superman celebration. I got it back on display for people to enjoy.
Yeah, I remember seeing some posts about that, and yeah, he did a really good job.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting Greg. I've known Jim for a long time, and I think we're going to do some more collaborations too. Maybe with a Supergirl. That would be good for next year. And yeah, I'd like to do some more photo shoots with costume pieces and props with Cape Wonder.
Yeah, that's what I asked. Like, do you guys still get any props from movies?
Yeah, here and there. One of the bigger things we acquired was Richard Pryor's jacket from the posters and all that. He wore it a great deal in the movie, and we got a dummy, a Christopher Reeve dummy that goes over the falls. I'm looking to get the display case for it because it's foam, and I don't want to put it out there because people might poke it and touch it and stuff.
Ugh.
That was
Yeah.
another cool piece. And we're always looking to acquire and always hunting for stuff. Right now, I've been hunting pretty hard for toys for the new James Gunn Superman movie.
Oh yeah, I imagine there's gonna be there's already a huge like market presence with that movie coming out, especially within the last month.
Yeah, I just watched Rachel on the Kelly Clarkson show right before we started talking, and I read an article she did. It was really, really funny. So I'm happy about her being Lois Lane because I watched The Marvelous Miss Maisel and I'm like, well, that'll be a good Lois. And then David Cornsweet, I think, is going to be a great Superman as well. Before he was cast as Superman, I saw him in another TV series, and I was like, man, this guy looks like Superman. And then 4 years later, he was cast as Superman. Well, I guess I'm good at casting a Superman.
Yeah, it's just crazy that even before he got initially cast, a lot of other Instagram artists they would do their own depictions of David, like in their
Yeah.
own like edits of a Superman costume and everything, and it looked.
He has the bone structure and just something about him. So I'm really happy he got cast. And then also the guy that was picked for Jimmy Olsen. I watched San Clarita Diet, and I thought it was really funny. And when he got cast, I got really excited because he just seems like the perfect casting there as well. So everything I've seen so far looks really fun.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a good movie. And funny enough, I think for the Jimmy Olsen actor, he was. I think it was like a young Peter Parker in one of the Spider-Man films, like in a for a flashback thing.
Okay.
Like a yeah, I think it was like the first Andrew Garfield movie.
Okay, well that would make sense too. Yeah, he has that vibe about him, and he carries himself you know, like a little reporter. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just glad for this reboot. It's just
Me
it's
too. I'm so happy to see vibrant red and blue and yellow and uh, just everything I've seen them shoot looks like colorful. It looks like a comic book. Everything looks like it came right out of the pages.
I agree. Yeah, something that's more bright, colorful because like I get what they were trying to do before with Henry Cavill's Superman. Is just because I mean you want to make things different, but it's just like
Yeah, you want to make things different. You want to make things modern. You want to tell a different story. Um, but I mean, I just couldn't get past the dark colors, and I don't know. You look at Christopher Reeve, the colors. You look at like the stuff around me. I just think Superman's primary colors, and then I am very pro Trunks, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could go either way, but I really don't have much complaints with the suit. Just like, I mean, it may not be my favorite depiction, but you
Yeah.
know, but granted, we've seen like all different kinds of variations of suit over the
Oh,
years.
absolutely. Yeah, I've seen the. I'd love to see the lightning suit on screen. That would be fun.
Oh yeah, yeah, like the red and blue one, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, because that'd be pretty cool to see one day. But
But I really like Silver Age and like goofy stuff. So, like someday I'd really love to see some of those weird oddball characters in a movie.
well, with James Gunn directing this, I think there's a good possibility that's going to happen.
Or like, what if Bippo made an appearance or something? You know, I'm excited about Crypto too because I think that's going to get the kids wanting to watch this movie.
Oh yeah, like I bet there's gonna be lots. There's already lots of crypto toys already.
There's lots of Crypto fans already. There's so many people that bring their pets to the Super Museum, and they're always looking for capes and stuff. And I just actually hung another banner outside of Crypto, and I have to finalize some stuff on it before I share it. But that's what people have been talking about. And my friend Dan, that came for the Superman celebration, he's like, "We need a Crypto statue in Metropolis," and I'm like, "I agree. How are we going to make that happen?"
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we have a Lois Lane statue, a Superman statue. Then yeah, like yeah, crypto would be ideal.
I think if Metropolis finally opens a dog park, and they've been in talks for a long time, that would be a great location for a Crypto statue.
Yeah, that actually make yeah that would be perfect.
Hmm.
Yes, yeah. So I guess like with the museum, do you usually spruce usually get because I noticed that I've recently put up a new poster for the newest movie coming out.
Yeah.
Do you usually do that whenever there's a new Superman like movie or show coming out?
This is the first time I was able to get a hold of people, and then they did the final approval of things I submitted, designs I submitted on Tuesday, and I did do an overnight shipment, and the poster or the banner didn't get here until Monday. So I really wanted that up before the celebration so people could take pictures and interact with it. But it's going to be there all summer long, and maybe give people a reason to come back through. But I'm excited to be collaborating with Warner on another project because they approved the artwork, or they approved me to be able to paint the Action Comics mural. And with that, I did a sample of that. It took me 12 hours to do the sample. And then normally, when I reach out to Warner Brothers, it takes a long time to get back to me. That took 12 minutes for approval. So that was like record speed. So
Wow.
everybody over there that I've been working with recently has been really welcoming. I've loved talking to them, and they seem hyped up too and very supportive of what we do here at the Super Museum.
Wow, that's incredible because I figure like, to get a hold of, to anyone at Warner Bros, like you would need either a good connection or
Yes.
otherwise you have to wait, a good while before you get approval for anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of departments for different things, and I've I've been working hard at that for probably 5, 6 years, is making connections and building relationships.
Oh, that's good. And yeah, and you painted that whole mural like by yourself?
Action one, yeah, I did that. Yeah, and the reason I did it was because when we first moved to Metropolis, one of the first things my dad did was he commissioned an artist friend of his to come to Metropolis, and he painted Action Comics, and then he did like a sign that said, giant Superman statue ahead or something like that, and that building was hit by a tornado or straight winds, and they had to tear the building down, and so it was kind of sad that my dad invested all that money into putting that mural up, and then we lost the building. So I wanted to bring it back, and I'd bring my dad and drive him by it every day to show him the progress on it. And yeah, I painted everything by hand. A lot of it was painted, all the line work with a very small paintbrush, like less than a half-inch size paintbrush. And yeah, it took me 2 months to paint that mural because I wanted it exact.
Yeah, but that's impressive. Like I that definitely caught my eye last year when I came, but when I came to the festival.
Well, thank you. I also did the greetings from Metropolis mural, and then I maintain all the cutouts with the where you put your head, and I did the big boy and the Super Marilyn too, the Supergirl Marilyn, and I'm just kind of adding my own take on some kind of folk art slash superheroes for around town. Just being creative, thinking of things. um, I want the fans to have something new every year to interact with for photos. I got some plans for the giant kryptonite rock for some new signage, and I just really want to make Metropolis a full destination that people can spend a lot of time here and enjoy. And I'm hoping that people see that and they come to the celebration and support the museum and support our Chamber of Commerce and our local businesses because we're all trying hard here.
Yeah, and I understand. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I would say for the festival is probably like the biggest highlight for Metropolis.
Yeah, for what we do for sure for our downtown, it brings in a lot of traffic. So a big percentage of our year is made off of that event, and I don't know what we would do without it. And I just want it to be the strongest, funnest event. And from what you were telling me, you could want to come back, you enjoyed it, and that's what I hear from fans. And they tell me what they would change, and I try to be there to change things and add things. And I don't know, I love the fans. I am a fan, and want to do everything to make it as good as it could be.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask because I guess you say you've pretty much been a fan of Superman and the comic book franchise since you were a kid, pretty much, right?
Since birth. I mean, I'm sure I came home from the hospital and it was on the walls. It was on the walls in my house. It was part of my life. I remember my dad playing George Reeves reels on the wall and laying out blankets on the living room floor and popcorn, and used to go with my dad to museum exhibits and openings and things when I was little. And I've been here with him since I was 7 years old in Metropolis, and this sounded like a fun adventure. And yeah, it's been an adventure, all right. Yeah.
It has been. Yeah, it's just amazing how like there's such a big event just focus only on Superman.
Yeah, like I don't know any other Comic Cons that just pick one superhero character. I mean, there's Lurch Fest. It's like an Adams Family style event, and it's all centered around Lurch. But other than that, I haven't seen anything like that.
You know, it's just impressive between with the museum, the statues, all
Hmm.
and with with the guests because like some of the guests I think I've seen like you wouldn't be able to able to get at any other convention. I don't think.
Yeah. Same with some artists that come here, and I have artists that email me and message me, and they just love Metropolis. They love our museum, and they say they want to come back so bad because they just love the atmosphere here.
Yeah, and I think I remember seeing that before the festival came up that John Schneider came by to visit the museum. Like that was
Yeah. I thought, okay, so that day I was outside painting in the sun all day, and then I had an interview, and I went home to change, did the interview, went back to put my paint clothes on, and I was driving down the road, and there was a guy and a woman out by the other mural I painted, and I was like, God, that kind of looks like John Schneider, but maybe I'm overheated, I'm a little tired. And then I went back to painting, and he walked up to me, and he was like, Hey, how are you doing? And I was like, Oh, it is you. And then we got to talking, and we took some pictures together, and I gave him a tour of the museum, which he never got to do before. And then I was like, oh, well, can I give you a museum shirt? And so I gave him a museum shirt. And he's like, well, because you did that, I want to buy a shirt. And then his wife was like, "I want to buy a dress," and so they liked my stories about the mural, so they both bought one of those. And then he took videos and pictures, and he's like, "Well, where else should I go?" And I told him to go over to Fat Ed's, and he went to Fat Ed's and got a kryptonite drink, and then they took pictures and video and stuff, and they posted that stuff on their social media, which gave us a boost because he's got lots of followers.
Oh
And
yeah.
um, over the course of the next couple of days, I saw him wearing the shirt at a signing for the museum, and then yeah, he was there. They gave me their phone number to stay in touch, so we're gonna stay in touch, and hopefully in the future we'll plan like a fun event centered around him.
Yeah, that's that's pretty cool. So have you done it with other other celebrities?
Yeah, usually that's kind of how it goes, and we make connections like that. And a lot of the celebrities that come through, we go to dinner and hang out afterwards and stuff. Jerry Lawler, I've probably known him for like 12 years or so, maybe long. No, I've known him for 17 years, 18 years, something like that. And he likes to come back for the celebration. Like he's come back multiple times. He's wrestled here. And then Reb Brown, I met him in Cape Girardeau, and we went to dinner as a group. And when I was looking for a guest for Hidden Gems, I was like, well, he would be fun, because we had a really great time, and he's very outgoing and has good stories. So we brought him in for Hidden Gems as well. So I had a great time talking to him.
Very nice. But
Mhm.
I was curious though. Do you guys have any plans when the new movie comes out?
Yeah, we do. We have some big plans when the new movie comes out. Actually, through the connections with Warner Brothers, um, we're going to be able to get to go see it at the premiere in LA. So I'm very excited about that.
Very nice.
Yeah, I've never got to do a premiere. My dad used to get to do that, and I emailed them and told them, I want to do that in my dad's honor because my dad passed away in December. And they obliged and said, "Yeah, you're going to LA."
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that. And but that's
Yeah,
I guess that brings up with the next question with that with the plaque that's in front of the museum. Like I assume with that you just had to get that approved through just with through the city.
yeah, through the city. So I was working with our last mayor, Don Canada, and I submitted, a letter about it, and I went to city council, and they approved it. And then we had an election, and we have a new mayor now, Greg Jeffords, and they got the post installed for us. They've been very helpful. They gave us a museum donation towards that, and then we got all that together. So it's approved through the city, and then we did the unveiling, and we did a memorial service during the Superman celebration. And yeah, I mean, I couldn't think of a better Father's Day gift than for him to be remembered for all the accomplishments he had and who he was here in Metropolis. So that was how that worked out. I designed it too, and I used the image of my dad, and I wrote the description, and that was every part of that. And I'm happy to have it here, so people will remember him.
Yeah, I mean, I unfortunately never got to meet him, but it sounds like he's the kind of man that managed to follow his own goals, his own dreams, and
Yeah,
made those accomplishments.
yeah, he was a really interesting person, and I'm not just saying that because he's my dad, but like he lived a full life and had a lot of good stories, a lot of interactions with celebrities and managing celebrities, and a lot of interesting stories about acquiring items and the adventures that takes whenever you're getting, a George Reeves costume, who was his Superman from his childhood, or, different stuff from, the Christopher Reeve movies, different Toy Stories was fun. It was not all acquired one way or another, you know, so many different ways, different contacts, different stories over the years, artists donating things, and driving far distances to acquire things. So it's it's neat.
Yeah, it's always cool to see like how these people they follow with their dreams is do just not just do with the usual like Monday through Friday grind of like an office desk job or something.
That's never been him, and I don't think that would work for me either because I have to be doing something different every single day as well. And you just stay creative and stay on your toes. And with our shop, I never know who's going to walk in the door. I had a guy in yesterday that was like the leading Lego maker in New York, and he came through the museum and talked to me for a while. And he said he's interested in doing something together. And so I just never know. John Schneider came in last week, and Kevin Smith's been in here, and I never know where my day is going to take me, and I love it.
Yeah, no, sometimes it's best just not have a routine. Just
Hmm.
let life surprise you sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Stay creative. Always stay creative and be flexible because you never know what life's going to throw at you.
so true.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's funny though. He's because with the movie coming out, I figured like like it might have been cool, I guess, if maybe if we had the festival like around like the weekend of the movie premiering or so. It'd be like if there was a way, I guess, if we had like I don't know, like some kind of projector
Uh,
somewhere or something.
I uh, I really want to do something special for Superman Day, and I'm looking for somebody that does, projection because I got some ideas.
Yeah, though, is that now April or June?
Yeah. Well, I'm going with April 18th because that's what, they're going with. I think the one in June was centered around, movie release. Um, but Superman Day to me is April 18th because it's, print day for the comic book.
Yeah, because I think that started since I want to say Men of Steel came out.
Yeah, Man of Steel came out and they did the Superman Day June 12th for that because it was for the release. So it's funny. Yeah, I was pointing out to friends, I was like, it's funny we have two Superman days. We have Superman Day and National Superman Day. So, I mean, he's so special he gets 2 days, though. So that's cool to me.
Yeah, it's just amazing that no other I guess single character has their own museum or even festival yet.
Well, actually, since I started talking to Alan Stewart of Hall of Heroes, Batman does have a museum, but it's Adam West Batman, and it's called the Fiberglass Freaks Batman Museum, and that's in Indiana as well, I believe. And that guy, he came here before. His name's Mark, and he brought his Batmobile, and he's the only guy in the country that's approved by Warner Brothers and DC to manufacture Batmobiles. So he makes, I think, one or two a year, and
Wow.
he runs a museum there. And he has it decked out. It looks really cool, and I'm going to go visit him really soon, probably in the next few weeks.
Yeah, cause that's crazy. Cause the closest I think I saw anything like that was cause a buddy took me to this guy's basement slash garage area, which was changed up to be like his own like little bat museum.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, that's how my dad's museum started, was in his office and attic space and all of that. And he'd showcase that. And we'd have like entertainment tonight come to our house and we'd deck out the dining room. And yeah, I mean, that's how it gets started. And everybody's got their little nerd dens. I love watching people post their Superman collections online, but also just collections in general. Like, it's fascinating to see things assembled, and that fandom takes you to that point.
yeah, cause
You want to be surrounded by things that make you feel good.
yep. Let's see. Oh, we got a couple of comments. Oh, hey there, Angel of Death. Let's see. Is there a Flash museum? That'd be a fun recreation considering the one in the comics.
That would be really cool. And there's a Central City, Kentucky. I don't know if there's Central City anywhere else, but I just don't know how you get it approved these days to get to do that in a town or theme a town. But you could definitely open a Flash museum.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
As far as their Batman festival, I figure like it would be probably either maybe in Chicago or well, maybe not New York, the
Detroit.
city.
I'd say Detroit would be a great Gotham City. I'm sure it's improved now, but yeah, Detroit or Chicago. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, because
there is a Gotham City, Kentucky, but it's a small town as well.
hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would say New York, but there's already a bunch of conventions around the city as it is.
And there's a Krypton, Kentucky, also.
Wait, for real? A Krypton,
Yeah,
Kentucky?
yeah, Krypton, Kentucky. They don't have any Superman stuff there, but I'd love just a shirt that says Krypton, Kentucky.
Well, they better make something like that soon for the movie.
Yeah, yeah, that would be cool.
But that's one. So I guess for this past festival, I guess what was your favorite part?
Let me see. Walking up and down the street and seeing cosplayers, interacting with fans. The costume contest was a lot of fun. I usually don't get to sit down and watch it, and I got to watch the whole thing. And when Michael got on stage, he acted that out, and then the guy that did Miles Morales, he acted out too, and then everyone just oh man, my friends did Jarelvis and Priscilla, and they did like it was an Elvis slash Jarell and Priscilla slash Laura, and that was really entertaining and funny.
Oh yeah, I think I saw the pictures of those costumes. That was gold.
And then lobby parties are fun because we get together and just kind of brainstorm. Oh, what if Metropolis had this, or what if we could do that, or imagine this? And I sit up with people and talk and hang out. And we just laugh all night and have a good time.
Yeah, it's always great, like with the after party. So it's like it's a convention that never really stops.
So, Angel of Death looks like it has another question for us.
Let's see. Which do you think is more inconvenient for a superhero lair? The Arctic cold of the Forest Solitude, or the possible diseases from all the bats in the Batcave?
Well, I would say the cold would be like a terrible place to be. Oh well, I was thinking for collectibles, but I mean, I think I would rather be with the bats because it would be temperature controlled, kind of cool.
Yeah. Plus, it depends on what kind of Batcave, because there's some that's more teched out where you hardly see much bats.
Oh yeah, you'd have all that tech. You'd probably be able to hook up your Super Nintendo and play. That'd be fine. I think I could handle that. Plus, you'd have all those fun toys. But also the Fortress of Solitude would have all the crystals, and so you'd be learning there. So that's kind of watching TV. You would have all that knowledge.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, and it probably and I would say the Fortress would have its own heating system,
Oh
just
yeah, yeah,
just hopefully not too high in the heat since it's in the Arctic.
yeah. And Superman could heat up your food with his heat vision. Maybe you have a romantic dinner, in the fortress.
Just that reminds me of that. I think from that movie Superman Doomsday when Lois joked like, it'd be nice if we had a vacation like in Palm Springs or something.
Oh yeah.
God, yeah. But I gotta say, I think for with Force of Solitude, the new movie, how they done it with more crystal base, I think that was very creative, especially how like it just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Game of Thrones, like the wall, a little bit, and yeah. Also, all the robots are cool. That's a good addition. I don't think it's like he's not completely alone now.
No, I think that's what's great is how they're changing up that it's not an origin story for the movie. He's already been Superman for a few years, so that's why
Yeah,
I'm okay with that we have a whole bunch of other characters like with Mr. Terrific, Green Lantern, Hawkgirl.
yeah. I want to see how that plays out. I'm also just like really intrigued to see what like downtown Metropolis looks like because this is Metropolis, and I was looking at like the Cleveland Convention Center Facebook, and they were sharing like detailed pictures of all the like bus stop signs and street signs, and like all the Easter eggs where the streets are named after comic writers and artists, and the city hall logo. I'm really interested in all of that stuff.
Yeah, because I want to say for this movie, I would say there's probably hardly much green screen stuff being done. It was as far as for locations.
A lot of practical, yeah.
Yeah, I think what surprised even like for the robots, like they actually brought in actual robots.
Oh yeah, that was cool too. And then what's his name? That voiced the robots.
Oh yeah, Alan Tudyk,
Yeah, that'll be cool.
he's a great voice actor, and whether he's playing serious, silly, or diabolical, like he's just great.
Yeah.
Let's see. Probably no Keelix in the film. More so the Superman robots with designs from All Star Superman, which I'm really excited to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have that aspect. I'm
I've
curious.
been trying to get the I've been trying to get the school to name the sports team the Metropolis Meteors, and so maybe like after this film comes out and they got fight scenes on the baseball field, maybe I could talk them into it.
That actually is pretty cool.
I think so.
Yeah, you
We're
can
the
never.
Patriots now, but yeah, I just think tie everything into Superman and make it really a fun place to live, because I think that would make more fans want to move here. And then if more fans were here, then we would have more fun all the time and plan more fun events. And that's what I want.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that'd be cool. And plus, you can never go wrong with double iteration.
Yeah.
Yeah. So? What do you think of for the new Supergirl actress?
I think she's going to do good. I really do. I watched, Game of Thrones, the new series, and she was very like a strong character, and I think she's going to be a good Supergirl. And I've watched her do her American accent, and I think that she'll be able to play any character she wants to play. From what I've seen, I don't know if they're real or not. The set photos, I really love the costumes, boots a lot, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to that as well. I just only seen a couple pictures, and then I'm sure all the other women I talked to are going to be excited about Jason Momoa returning to the DC universe. So I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah, because I mean, I didn't mind him as Aquaman, though. I think he's better cast as Lobo.
I believe so. And I think that's what he really wanted from the get go, and I think he's going to have a lot of fun with it.
Oh, he definitely will. Let's see. And it looks like Angel Dust commented it's rumored that Bradley Cooper will play the hologram of Jor-El, but that's not confirmed
I,
at the moment.
I read that too. Yeah. And then I'm wondering what they're going to be doing at the Hall of Justice. I'm wondering how the Justice Gang stuff is going to play out. And yeah, I don't know. It's like I don't want to see spoilers because I want it all to be fresh, but then I'm so interested in what's going on. So I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause that's one I like for the trailers that they're not really revealing too much about the story.
Mm-hmm.
Just
What's more revealing, I find, whenever movies come out, is the toy lines and costume lines. Because I get all like the wholesale information and release press releases and stuff for toys, and I'm like, well, what's that character gonna be? What's that like? You know?
yeah, because I was curious about like the guy the dude that's in black armor and stuff. That's supposed, I guess, the Ultraman.
Ultraman, yeah. Well, that was I saw rumored that that's gonna be Henry Cavill, and I'm like, well, that would be crazy.
Yeah, I guess like some Superman clone, I guess,
We'll
or
see.
something. The
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, though, given I think one toy design look, I it looked a bit purplish to me, so it made me think like, is that supposed to be a take on Parasite?
Oh, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on July 11th.
That's as a sure. Let's see. I'm excited for Lobo's inclusion, considering Tom King said that Lobo was originally supposed to be in the story before editorial told him no. Hmm. And I'm guessing an amalgam of Ultraman and Bizarro.
Oh,
Hmm.
maybe so.
Yeah,
It'd be fun to see Bizarro.
yeah,
My favorite depiction of Bizarro is from Superboy, though. The TV series. I really love that they went like totally like Silver Age comic book Bizarro, and we have like the foam mask that uh, Douglas Meyer wore, and that has always been one of my favorite costume pieces. Like, I think they really did a good job at nailing down Bizarro in that series.
hmm.
And it made me, when I watched it as a kid, it made me want to read all the Bizarro comic books.
Yeah. Because I remember when my dad told me about the whole Bizarro world stuff, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, my dad talked about it a lot, and he wanted to open a Bizarro themed park in town where the merry-go-rounds go up and down, and the swings go left and right, and when you go down a slide, you actually go up. And he had all these funny ideas for a Bizarro park.
Yeah, that would be pretty interesting because I mean, the closest we got to that is at the roller coaster at Six Flags.
Yeah,
I think for my favorite version of Bizarro, it's I think it's a tie between like with Superman the animated series and Superman and Lois.
okay, yeah, yeah. Superman and Lois. Yeah, that looked really fun. And then, gosh, I'm trying to think. Smallville did it, but they didn't really make him look like Bizarro.
Yeah, it's like a fractured mirror effect thing
Yeah.
for Bizarro, sort of.
Hmm. So, what is your favorite depiction of Superman?
Ooh, let's see. Well, I mean, recently has been Superman and Lois, just because that show just nailed almost everything right. I feel like that's what we kind of needed for a more modern, experienced kind of Superman story.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it may not have been too dark with colors. It wasn't too dark. It wasn't too bright colors wise and everything. It was somewhere in the middle.
I feel like the effects of that show looked like the quality of a movie, always. Like they did such good production for that show.
Yeah, that they did, and though I say at first my favorite depiction would be with Superman the Animated Series. 'Cause that's what I grew up with because that was like first time seeing Batman and Superman working together.
Yeah.
But then I think what really got me more into the character was Smallville.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched a lot of Smallville. And yeah, I think it started my freshman year of high school, and then yeah, it was fun that it was like it was the same time I was graduating and things were happening, so it was cool to have something to pair with the high school experience.
Yeah, it felt so relatable, and just like it made me realize that wow, like for was Superman starting out, he really had a tough time going about it. Like you really feel like he's more of the loner type.
Yeah, he's an outcast, and yeah, he has to hide his superpowers and who he is, and but yeah, for a small town, they sure had a lot going on all the time.
That's for sure. Although I feel like halfway through the show, it should have been renamed Metropolis since Clark was pretty much being the Blur.
Yeah, I I don't know. I always look at like sets and stuff, and I really love their like Daily Planet logo and their office building. And yeah, we have some Smallville stuff on display in the museum. We have some duffel bags, some crow's duffel bags, and keys, and blood vial, and like the dove thing that Lois held in an episode, or not Lois, I mean Terry Hatcher when she did an appearance. And then Smallville did the really cool episode with Christopher Reeve. I thought that was cool.
I did like that episode too, and really just like for Tom Welling, I just liked how like I've he was so compassionate, so like kind hearted, despite all like the stuff he's been through. It's just like
Yeah.
it made it like that much more believable to me.
Now, did you get to meet Tom Welling?
Yeah, yes, I did. I got to meet him. I was actually the first time I went to the Superman Festival. It was like
Cool.
2022, seeing him and Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah, I didn't get to meet Tom that year because I was running the shop, but Michael came through the museum and we did a guided tour with him, and he was so down to earth and funny and stuff, and he was kind of, lightly picking on my kids, and uh, yeah, I just he's such a normal guy. Yeah.
I remember I think when we were in line for with the autographs, like he came into the building first ahead of Tom and told us just to like say I think boo or something ridiculous to Tom when he would enter in.
I think Michael really pulls Tom out of his shell because I feel like Tom was very shy. And then Michael got him doing the convention appearances and Smallville Night and all those things. And it seems like Tom has really like flourished in the past couple years with the fans. And I feel like he really loves Smallville a lot more than maybe he did when he was a younger actor. I don't know how he felt about it, but I just feel like when I see convention appearances and Q&As now, he just really seems like he has a love for it and the fans. And I feel like that was Michael pulling him into that direction.
Yeah, because Michael definitely has like a lot of energy, and yeah,
Mhm.
because I want to say the festival is probably Tom's first convention appearance. I think.
Not his first, but like definitely within the first couple years. And now I think they're on a cruise right now or something like that. I saw a video that they're doing the Smallville cruise.
Yeah, I've heard about that, and think I got to see him again at a con nearby me. I think it was like either last year or the year before. So,
Yeah, they're next year's going to be the 25th anniversary of Smallville, so they'll probably be doing a lot of stuff.
oh, I bet, especially because I think they were trying to make an animated series sequel
Yeah, I heard of that, and then a comic book also that would continue the story on.
yeah, because I remember there was season 11. I think they called it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they do Talkville. Yeah.
That's true. Let's see. Oh, got another comment. Let's see. When the casting for Superman was announced, I watched all the marvelous Mrs. Maisel in preparation. I was really amazed by Rachel. Have either
Awesome.
you seen it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Either of you seen it? Yeah. Same exact thing. Like I had a lot of friends that watched it, and I just didn't kind of tune in. It looked like something I'd like, but then I watched that opening episode, and I'm just like, the cute little like makeup routine she does to impress her husband, and you can tell she's, I don't know, she's just gonna be a really good Lois, and the way she fights for herself and is funny reminds me a lot of Margot Kidder and Noelle Neal, and I just think she's going to be great as a Lois. And from that opening scene they did for the trailer, where you think they're doing like a rooftop interview, like Superman the movie, but then it turns into, hard hitting news. I think she's going to be a strong Lois.
I agree. Yeah, I have not seen the show myself, but I'll definitely take a look into that. And
It's really good. Yeah.
yeah, and hard to say in this movie if Lois knows about Clark being Superman or not yet. But I would say she's not going to be.
It seems like it because from in the trailer, she's like, "You're going to let me do an interview, and then um, with you as Superman," and then he switches from Clark to Superman in that trailer.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I wasn't sure if it would be like a mock interview or something to prepare or something, but well, I guess we'll find out when the movie comes out.
Oh, I Angel of Death. I love Otis and I love Miss Tessmacher, and maybe that's because Valerie Perrine is just so sweet as Miss Tessmacher. I think she's wonderful. I think they were comedy relief, but I do think like because they always act like people don't die in Superman movies, but whenever they're going down the tunnel and like when he Otis goes into the hideout, that guy on the tracks, I don't think he made it.
No, probably not. And yeah, I mean, I think for for something like Superman, there's got to be a little, definitely some humor, nothing too dark.
Yeah,
Besides, I mean, at least for that engineer character, she's kind of like Mercy, so to speak.
the engineer looks really cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure where she's from exactly. I don't know if because I don't think I've seen her anything previous in DC media before.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, whenever they started casting everybody, I just automatically started following everybody. So some of the people I did know, and then some I had never heard of before, and started looking into them a little bit to see what else they've done. A lot of beautiful girls cast in this movie, though.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I would say for James Gunn, he's definitely paying attention to detail of hiring actors to really that match the look of the characters.
Yeah, yeah. And he's putting Lois in purple. I love that. That Vanity Fair, I believe it was, photo shoot that Rachel Brosnahan did. Oh, she looks so pretty. She looks like yes, in the animated series Lois.
Yep. Let's see. I can appreciate as part of the supporting cast, even if I don't care for them. I just prefer Mercy. I hear you, man. Because like for me, like I grew up seeing Mercy first before with Otis and Miss Tessmacher, but but you never know. I'm sure like as we can see more of the DCU, we'll probably get the actual Mercy Graves to appear or so.
I don't know. They needed Miss Tessmacher to be a distraction, though. She's wonderful. Ah,
I do like that she's like a social media personality kind of girl.
oh, she would be. Yeah, now in modern times. Yeah,
Because I think I saw in a trailer she was doing like a selfie post or
yeah, where
something.
all the battle stuff is happening in the background. That
Yeah,
makes sense, though. It really does. Yeah.
yeah. I'm curious like who they're going to cast for Batman and Wonder Woman though.
Oh, I don't know. I was hoping that that girl that was in White Lotus, she has really piercing blue eyes. I was hoping she'd be cast as Wonder Woman, but maybe she's not. I don't know. I don't know if her personality's there for it. I've seen some other girls too that would be great, and I wasn't sure if they were going to keep the Batman as part of things. I didn't know how that was going to play out.
Yeah, because I would say for Pattinson's story,
Hmm.
like it would probably fit well with the DCU, but I guess they're keeping that separate.
Yeah, I don't know. And then the Penguin has its TV series, so I don't know. We'll see.
Let's see. Just got another comment. Let's see. Sorry, I just found her kind of a nothing character in the Donner films. I'm sure it'll be more interesting in the new film. Oh, and I think you're thinking of Alexandra
Yeah,
Daddario. Oh.
yeah, that's who. Yeah, everything I see her in, her eyes are just so beautiful.
Yeah, I could see her as Wonder Woman. I guess we'll see where because I know they're trying to make a Wonder Woman film. I'm not sure if it's connected or separate, but
I remember when they cast Gal Gadot, they people were so mad, and then that first Wonder Woman movie was just so strong, and she did such a good job in that.
yeah, I mean, I kind of that's why I kind of wish this wasn't a complete reset, so to speak, in terms of actors.
Yeah.
Like I guess if they kept Godot, Cavill, and Affleck at least.
Oh, you're right. She would be a good Zatanna.
Hmm. Yeah, that'd be good too. Yeah, because I know for Batman they're trying to find. Because I mean, depending on the story, I guess they're gonna find a Batman that's like probably at least 10 years on the job or so. If they're because I think for the movie James Gunn wants to do, it's gonna involve Damian Wayne Robin,
Mm,
and supposedly seeing other members of the Bat family. So
that'd be cool.
yeah, because I know there's going to be some anime movie called The Dynamic Duo that has Nightwing and Red Hood.
Okay, I didn't know that. I keep up with Superman the best I can, but then all the other projects and things. It's kind of in and out because I do all the painting and um, projects around the museum and stuff.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard much about it. Just it might be. I think it's coming out like around maybe 2028 or so.
I saw like a more complete schedule of movies and projects yesterday. I think I reshared it, but it had dates. Do you know any of the date for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow?
Not the exact date. I do know it's. I mean, I know it's next year, but I want to say um August. Let me see, because I'm curious. Let's see. Supergirl. Let's see. It was called, yeah, Woman of Tomorrow. Let's see. Okay. No. No exact. Oh. Okay. So June of next year. Yeah, June 26th. Okay. So the movie I was talking about with the dynamic duo is just Dick and Jason as the Robins, but it looks like that's going to be a separate thing. Like, I guess part of the Elseworlds stuff.
Okay. What about? I mean, I'm curious if Burbank's going to put up a Superman statue because they've done Wonder Woman, Batman, and Green Lantern so far. I was thinking if this is the summer of Superman, this would be the time to do it. And I'm just curious if that's part of their plan.
Yeah, that would make the most sense. And so yes, there should be a statue or something. I just
I was honestly surprised they did Green Lantern before Superman, but that's what is that? Downtown Burbank or there's a group that I think they're working with to get those locations secured for that.
yeah, and it kind of funny the fact that it's that they have like Batman has his own like star in the Hall of Fame, but not Superman yet.
Yeah, we got to fight for that. That would be the fans. Probably, I think you got to do fundraisers for stuff like that.
Okay, if they do, then for the ceremony they should definitely bring in Josh B to be there for.
I think they should bring in Brandon Roth and actually all the living Superman actors would be fun.
Oh yeah, definitely all the Superman actors, because
Bring in Tim Daly. Bring them all in and line them all up and let them all say thank you.
yeah, because for the Batman one they did bring in not all the live action actors. I think it was mostly just the voiceovers,
Oh, okay, that'd be cool.
and they did bring in a Batman, though. I think it was though like the cosplay. I think it was just some. It was I think it was just a Batman from like a Six Flags theme park or something.
Okay.
Not the most impressive cosplay.
Have you seen all the stuff they're doing in Dubai at what's it called? Warner Brothers World, I think it's called. And then they have different cosplayers and Superman and Joker and like a whole themed world of all of that.
No, I have not seen that yet.
It's cool. It looks really cool. I want to go to Dubai and check it out. And they have it in Australia also.
Oh,
I'd go to either if they want me to come.
so far, yeah. 'Cause so far with my travels has been to, besides Metropolis, just to a Dragon Con in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Dragon Con. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of walking for that one.
Oh, really? Yeah. Isn't it in like a couple different buildings?
Oh, like more like seven seven
Ooh,
buildings, I think.
and
Yeah,
multiple
because three.
floors or something, right?
Yeah, but it's like some of the buildings are connected, but it's basically across five hotels, and it's also connected to a shopping mall.
Oh, okay. I went to Lexington Comic Con. I'm just starting to get out and get to do more cons. I have people I can trust that help with the museum, and maybe we get away a little bit, but not too much.
No, I got you. Yeah, because you probably would like Terrificon. That's one of the biggest like more comic book themed conventions in Connecticut.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, I've heard of it. I follow a lot of conventions, and that's one that I do follow. I also like stuff because I do graphic design. I'd love to go to Designer Con, and then I want to go to licensing expos and stuff like that as well. A lot of conventions. I try to go to the ones that are within a 3 hour radius because it's easier to get to. But there's also WonderCon, and I haven't been to San Diego Con since I was 3 or 4, and then I haven't been to New York.
It's quite something. Like that's like even for I only went there just for one day, and it
Yeah,
was so packed, even on a Sunday.
yeah. Oh, you went for the Sunday? Were all
Yeah.
the guests still there on Sunday, or was it just Saturday?
Oh no, they have it for like from Thursday to Sunday, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. How many people they say come to that?
Oh, quite a lot because like and they have this whole process with buying tickets. Like you gotta create an account, then you gotta wait for a specific date.
Oh, for the open. Yeah.
Yeah, and usually for you got
Kind of like concert tickets.
yeah, pretty much. And by the time it gets for general people to get it, most of most of the good ones might be bought out.
Oh, okay.
Because like I was hoping to try to get a Saturday one, but by the time I was allowed to even purchase them, they're already bought out at least for the single day passes.
Okay.
It was either between Friday or Sunday, and I couldn't do Friday. So,
Yeah.
and funny enough, near the end, Sunday got sold out. So I was like,
Oh,
wow.
yeah. I went to Lexington Comic Con and I just showed up. I didn't know how it was done. And then I thought I was going to miss it because I thought they were sold out because it was sold out online. But we were able to get in. I went and met Tim Daly. And then my kids are really into Yo Gabba Gabba. So we were excited to see DJ Lance and some wrestlers. And that was a fun one. Met a lot of vendors. Oh, got to meet the artist that did like Goosebumps book covers. That was cool. And yeah, just a lot of vendors and ran into a couple people I knew. Oh, and
Very
Jose
nice.
Garcia Lopez was there. That was the big one. Sorry.
Wait, what was it?
Jose Garcia Lopez.
Ah, gotcha. Sorry, is
I really wanted to meet him.
gotcha. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like the film's just called Supergirl. I guess they dropped the Woman of Tomorrow
Did they?
subtitle.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I guess for the Batman celebration for the Star of Fame was just Troy Baker, Diedrich Bader, and Hamish Linklater.
Oh, okay.
Yes, fortunately, I guess they couldn't get Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, or Christian Bale to appear.
Michael Keaton's hard to get for sure. I'm sure Christian Bale is too, and I'm sure Ben Affleck is.
Yeah, probably. But hopefully soon we'll get that Superman statue in Burbank.
Yeah, I think that they'll do it. I do. I went to the Warner Brothers studio tour for Superman Day, and I shared a bunch of pictures from that. And I got to meet Jim Lee, and they did a Q&A, and they went like the tour took you to all the filming locations, but they picked out just DC related locations,
Hmm.
and then they did like special food for us and pulled stuff out of the archives. So I get to see Lois Lane's costume and Jimmy Olsen, Lex Luthor, a Superman suit, and a Clark Kent suit. That was really cool. And then they did building projection after the we watched Superman the movie, and they did building projection,
Oh,
and
that's
that
cool.
was really cool. And some of the photo ops they created. Oh, and then I got to see all the new costumes from the new Superman movie
Very
and all
nice.
the Batmobiles and Batman costumes, and they had like interactive displays and boy, really fun exhibit.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool because I remember I think when I was a kid, like back when they were promoting Superman Returns, it was I forgot what business it was. I think it was I forgot where it was, but they had this whole like green screen setup where you basically lay on a platform to make it look like you're flying or something, and you get
Yeah.
a little DVD of basically of you flying and through the clouds or something.
Oh, where did that happen? Here?
No, it was like in New York. New York. It was years ago, back when.
Okay, I had a
Su-
friend that
su-
set up a similar thing here.
yeah, it was pretty cool just to see me like kind of flying, do the Superman pose and everything.
So Angel of Death says, I keep seeing people say what'll be the biggest hit, Superman or Fantastic Four. I'm like, why does it matter? I'm seeing both anyway. Yeah, I plan on seeing both, and I like that people are sharing posters of them like fist bumping and stuff like that because I really didn't like growing up in the 90s where there was such a divide between Marvel and DC. And yeah, it was like if you ever said you liked DC amongst fans, then you had to explain why you like DC over Marvel. And now I'm like, superheroes, we should just like, if you like them, you like them, whoever you like, and don't hate on each other because of branding. That's silly. Pick a
Yeah,
characters you enjoy.
I agree. Yeah, because I like a little bit both sides. Like, I doesn't matter what if one's from Marvel, one's from DC.
Yeah, I like X-Men a lot growing up, and then yeah, I like Guardians of the Galaxy is really fun, and that's why I'm looking forward to this James Gunn film because I think he's going to bring that fun energy to it.
Definitely, yeah, yeah. Because I grew up with watching Spider Man, so I liked all those movies, and same with Guardians of the Galaxy. That's why, like, at first I wasn't sure if I would pick James Gunn to direct a Superman film. Like, I would pick him for like someone like Green Lantern or something that's more in space.
Yeah,
But in hindsight, yeah, it makes sense for Superman because it's very sci-fi. He deals with things with space as well, and he has a very American like style with his writing and the humor a bit.
yeah. I mean, he's from St. Louis, so I lived in St. Louis briefly, and yeah, that's the heart of America. And I think what they're doing with the Smallville farm makes more sense for, actually what it's like to live in Kansas too. I do like a two-story, beautiful farmhouse. I like the barn from, Superman the movie and from Smallville. And yeah, it has a look to it, but it does make more sense that, the Kents live like Midwestern farmers.
Yeah, yeah, I do like his attention to detail to make it very authentic.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, so I feel like I say both movies are going to be big hits because they both have directors that really pay attention to the source material and want to respect that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see that totally that he really did his research, and I think that even some of the press release photos they did of David standing, I can see like, oh, they used a Kirk Allen stance or with arms crossed. Yeah, that reminds me of George Reeves a little bit, and just I see a little Easter eggs in different spots, which
Yeah,
is
and
kidding.
I can see that even with with the costume, like you get the Kingdom Come symbol just with the yellow instead of the black, and New 52, the trunks. It's
The way that that David's hair is styled as Clark Kent versus the way it's styled as Superman, that's straight from Christopher Reeve.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you think in the film both Pa and Ma Kent will be alive? I'm tired of always seeing Jonathan die when that hasn't been the case in the comics in forever.
I'm not sure. It would be
Yeah,
nice if they kept them alive.
yeah. I think they'll be kept alive. At least for this film. Like, there's nothing's happening. Like I say, they're still like alive just for Clark to go back to when he needs like a moment's rest or something. Because I always like that scene where Superman gets his back in his childhood bedroom and Krypto's laying on top of him.
Yeah. My favorite Ma Kent was from Lois and Clark. And that's like that montage scene of him getting his costume and then picking out a costume together. And that actress, she came here. Her name escapes me right now. I apologize, but she was so sweet, and she was exactly like that version of Ma Kent. And I liked spending time with her. I took her through the museum, and we had a nice talk.
Yeah, because when I actually gone through with watching the Lois and Clark series. I did like whenever the parents would be arriving in town, or Clark goes to visit them.
Yeah, I like that a lot because I don't know. It's always like whenever you watch a Batman movie, there's always broken pearls and a death scene. And with Superman, it would be nice for his parents to both be alive. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like with just always like having Pa being killed, it makes me think of the whole like there is basically trying to make it like Uncle Ben thing from Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to see any dads pass. I know Jarrell won't be there, but yeah, it'd be nice if Jonathan Kent stayed alive.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I'm more concerned about with the dog.
Oh yeah, yeah, the fun stuff. Yeah, yeah. And Crypto lives. How long has he had Crypto? And did he live in Smallville with him growing up? Are
Hmm.
there going to be like flashback scenes of him with Crypto?
Well, I'll have to see. Yeah, because I mean, granted, this crypto he looks like a puppy, so probably not that long.
Yeah,
Because I mean, usually he's depicted as a bigger kind of dog.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've seen him everything from a small puppy all the way to like um, what's it called? Like the size of a dire wolf. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm wondering if he's like from Krypton or is like a test subject or something.
Hmm. I don't know. We'll see soon.
Yeah, I'm just glad we finally got crypto in costume and and everything.
Yeah. People are like, well, why is the dog wearing a cape? I'm like, why not? Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah, because I did like that little thing at the end of Superman Lois when Clark has crypto, but like more as a companion dog as he's retired.
Yeah.
And I think even in Titans they had crypto, but be Connor's pet.
Yeah.
Though he didn't have the cape.
Hmm.
At least I don't think. And I'm not good with dog breeds, so I'm not sure what kind of type he was in that show. But
I'm more of a cat person, so I'm hoping Streaky makes an appearance in Supergirl.
yeah, that could be possible. Let's see. And let's see the comments. See, in the case of Crypto's design was based on James Gunn's real dog Ozu. Yeah, I guess yeah, because I remember seeing like behind the scenes stuff with James bringing his
I saw
dog on.
I saw like they did an overlay, and I think they shared it like yesterday or the day before, and James Gunn had his dog like moving, and then it did like the overlay of like his dog and the motion overlay of Crypto. So it's definitely his dog, 100%.
Yeah, let's see. Definitely, but let's see. Not likely, but Crypto is in. Oh, yeah, Crypto's gonna be a Supergirl movie too. Okay.
Heard that.
Well, if that's true, that's hugely for me because I remember seeing a joke video where they're like, "Crypto might die just because of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 with the Rocket Raccoon's
I
friends."
hope not. I really hope not, because that would be torture for kids.
No, it's like yeah, not for the first movie for the DCU.
I, I hope not at all. Yeah.
Still, yeah. So hopefully with James Gunn's new DCU, hopefully he gets some really good films and bring bring in some a big also if he brings a bigger presence for the festival and really for Metropolis in general.
I wish there was some way to get James Gunn to come here, or maybe some of the actors to come here for the celebration.
Yeah, because I mean, those would be like the ideal guests to bring in for this year. At least,
Yeah. Well, I think they'd be ideal for next year too, but I mean, it just depends. I mean, it'd be cool if Warner Brothers was like, "We're gonna on our dime send you these guests." That would be amazing. Or if they did a big sponsorship package, or if they just did a special appearance to promote, that would be cool.
Yeah, I would say for next year, probably between the any of the actors or James Gunn, or any of the Smallville guests, just to go to coincide with the 25th anniversary of Smallville.
Yeah, there's that. Yep. And then Supergirl is going to be big next year. Um, yeah, I'm a lot to pull from next year.
Definitely, I gotta say for Supergirl, like I wasn't a big fan initially, but I think after seeing like the show on the CW, I became more of a fan.
Yeah.
So I feel like you relate to Supergirl a little bit more than Clark since she has memories of Krypton and stuff.
Oh yeah, because I mean she was older when everything happened.
See the comments. Well, you might be a little traumatized because What? Oh
No,
wait. Oh wait. Is this in the Woman of Tomorrow comic book story you're talking about? Because I know there's a comic book of that same title, Woman of Tomorrow.
sorry. Someone's handing me something.
Gotcha. No worries there.
Yeah, my friend that's helping me out today. He thinks James Gunn's just going to show up here like Kevin Smith did, which Kevin Smith caught us completely off guard. I was down at our other shop and I came down to pick on my husband because we were supposed to be getting lunch and we had been like messaging back and forth. When are we getting lunch? And I came down here and just kind of like pretended to be storming and mad, and I was like, "When are we getting lunch?" And then like teasing him, and I hear someone snicker, and I lean over and look down the aisle, and oh my God, it's Kevin Smith. And then yeah, from there I ran down the street to go get my phone, and I told my friend Clay that's working with me today. I was like, "You're not gonna believe this," but Kevin Smith's down the street. And I'm like, "No way!" And we both ran down the street and got in here and got pictures. And I took him on a tour of the museum. And I don't really get that. I don't fangirl out that much, but like Kevin Smith was what all me and my kids grew up on, or my friends grew up in as a teenager, renting like mall rats from the video store and Dogma, and just everything he's done with like Supergirl, and just that he's a big nerd like we are and like gets it like we do. I just was really excited to have him here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's done great. Yeah, he's directed some pretty good episodes from that show. Let's see,
Mhm.
and okay, yep, okay, yep. It is from the original graphic novel, not with the new movie. So I guess
Maybe
not.
change things.
We shall see. Besides, Crypto's a tough dog.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be fighting, knocking out teeth and stuff.
Yeah, I love that shot. How it just like bounces off the camera and back in the shot.
That would be fun if they put it in 3D to see teeth flying at you.
Let's see this. Just felt they turn into a female Clark Kent. Oh, for Supergirl, yeah, I guess a little bit in the show. Yeah, just like how she's becoming a reporter and stuff, and
Mhm.
dealing with some of the
Those
villains.
genes, yeah, genetically, yeah. Reporting runs in the family.
Yeah, no, I get it, but at least Supergirl has her own city to patrol in the show.
Yeah.
But let's see. I think that's going to be our time for today.
Okay. Well, I had fun talking to you, and our commenter here, Angel of Death, that was fun too. And yeah, I'll see you for the Superman celebration. We're Facebook friends now, so we'll stay in touch.
That sounds great. Yeah, because I'm definitely coming by for next year because it's always a blast coming to the festival, seeing what new stuff they got going on, especially. And now I imagine the drone thing that might be is that gonna be a somewhat frequent thing happening or
I'm not sure because that was put on by our director of tourism. So to be announced, maybe they'll do something different next year. I'm not really sure how that'll play out.
gotcha.
All right.
Take
Have a
take
good day,
care.
Doris. Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right.
Thanks,
Bye,
Say. Yep.
guys.
Have a good day, everyone, and stay tuned for my next projects.
All right. Have a super day.